Glossary of Narcissistic Relationships, Part 1.
Have you had the misfortune of encountering one of these emotional leeches latched onto society's backside? These parasitic blobs of self-absorption ooze their way into relationships, leaving trails of manipulation and drama in their wake. Welcome to the bottomless pit of narcissism, a void so desperate to be filled with validation that they'll swim through rivers of your tears to get it. Well, grab your hip waters, because we're about to slosh through the swamplands of their pathetic mind games. Knowing these bloodsuckers' tricks will help you catch their bogus behavior and stop letting them treat you like an all-you-can-eat supply buffet. We're serving up steaming piles of truth to shed light on these clipboard-carrying asylum escapees. Arm yourself with awareness so you can dump these dingbats back at the doorstep of the dysfunctional personality factory that spat them out. In this part 1 video, we will dive into the exploitative emotional arsenal of these deceptive puppet masters. For Part 2, see the link in the description. Narcissistic Abuse Tactics Part 2. Now let's explore common hoovering tactic narcissists use to re-exert control after no contact.
What is hoovering? Narcissists, red flag signs, and examples of hoovering.
The term hoovering refers to when a narcissist tries to suck you back into the relationship after a breakup. Narcissists hoover through manipulation tactics designed to re-establish control. In this scenario, we see how a narcissistic spouse covertly keeps contact with a former romantic interest, manufacturing disturbance by failing to establish boundaries. Husband quickly hides gift receipt as wife enters.
Just a book Liz sent about programming. Don't worry about it.
But Liz is your ex. It makes me really uncomfortable. I wish you would have told me.
The husband dismisses his wife's feelings as paranoia, refusing to acknowledge her concerns. Instead, he twists it to blame her, claiming he hid the contact because of her freakouts. This triangulation erodes intimacy through deception and invalidation of the wife's vulnerability. The husband hoovered in the former partner, likely as a source of narcissistic supply. Rather than address the root issue, he deflected accountability and made his wife's distress seem unreasonable. Now let's explore other common love bombing techniques narcissists use during the idealization and hoovering phases.
What is love bombing? Narcissists, red flag signs, and examples of love bombing.
The term love bombing refers to when a narcissist overwhelms a target with excessive affection and promises early in the relationship. Narcissists love bomb to fast-track intimacy and secure new sources of supply. In this scenario, we see a narcissist employ love bombing after a breakup.
I can't keep doing this. The constant ups and downs are too much. I think we should break up.
No, don't do this. You're the best thing that ever happened to me. I'll change, I promise. Please just give me one more chance.
The boyfriend bombards her with flattery, gifts, promises of change and pleas, all manipulative techniques to get her to stay. He refuses to accept her decision, trying to emotionally coerce her back under his control. This extreme love bombing erodes boundaries after she ends the relationship. The boyfriend disregards her needs through desperate hoovering attempts. He employs emotional manipulation tactics rather than respecting her clearly communicated decision. Now let's examine an example of how narcissists strategically gaslight to distort realities and evade accountability.
What is gaslighting? Narcissists, red flag signs, and examples of gaslighting.
The term gaslighting refers to distorting someone's sense of reality through deception, denial, and misdirection. Narcissists gaslight to disorient targets and evade accountability. In this scenario, a narcissistic friend employs gaslighting when confronted.
I know you told Ashley about our argument. I'm really hurt you betrayed my trust.
What are you talking about? I never said anything to Ashley. You must be imagining things.
Friend 2 adamantly denies her actions, making friend 1 question her own perception. This manipulates friend 1 into doubting herself and backtracking. By gaslighting, the narcissist escapes culpability. Rather than admitting gossiping, she convinces friend 1 she recalls things wrongly due to being paranoid and irrational. This enables her betrayal without taking responsibility. Now let's explore an example of how narcissists exploit scapegoating to escape consequences.
What is scapegoating? Narcissists, red flag signs, and examples of scapegoating.
Scapegoating refers to blaming an innocent party as the cause of a narcissist's shortcomings or wrongdoings. Scapegoating diverts consequences. Here, a narcissistic sister scapegoats after betraying trust.
How could you tell Mom my secret when I asked you not to?
It wasn't my fault. Michelle spilled the beans before I got the chance to stop her.
Sister 2 deflects blame by scapegoating Michelle, an absent third party. This diverts scrutiny of her betrayal, casting herself as innocent through false accusations. By scapegoating, narcissists avoid taking responsibility for their actions. The absence of the scapegoat allows them to rewrite narratives where they're forever the guiltless victims of others' wrongdoing.
What is future faking? Narcissists, red flag signs, and examples of future faking.
The term future faking refers to when a narcissist promises elaborate visions of a future together to secure a new source of supply. Narcissists future fake by love bombing with unrealistic plans, fast-tracking emotional intimacy to hook their target. In this scenario, we see how a narcissist employs future faking to hook a potential romantic partner.
Picture this. I'll whisk you away to Paris and we'll sip wine beneath the Eiffel Tower. I know we just met, but I think we were meant to be. What do you say to a date this weekend?
The narcissist creates an elaborate fantasy future, love bombing with unrealistic promises in order to fast-track emotional intimacy and hook into a new source of narcissistic supply. This future faking fuels infatuation through fantasy, only to later devalue and discard the target. Now let's explore other common mirroring tactics narcissists use to manufacture false compatibility.
What is mirroring? Narcissists, red flag signs, and examples of mirroring.
The term mirroring refers to when a narcissist imitates and reflects back someone's personality, interests, values, and mannerisms. Narcissists mirror to create a false bond and sense of compatibility with their target. In this scenario, we see how a narcissist employs mirroring while on a first date.
I just adopted a puppy. I've always loved golden retrievers.
Oh my gosh, I love Goldens too. I've wanted one forever. We have so much in common already.
The narcissist mirrors the person's interests to secure narcissistic supply, creating an artificial sense of chemistry. In reality, once the mirroring ends, they often have little in common. Now let's explore other common baiting tactic narcissists use to incite reactions in those around them.
What is baiting? Narcissists, red flag signs, and examples of baiting.
The term baiting refers to when a narcissist provokes or baits someone verbally to incite an emotional reaction. Narcissists bait others through subtly antagonistic comments under the guise of conversation. In this scenario, we see how a narcissistic friend employs baiting during a conversation.
I'm so exhausted after finals week.
At least you passed your classes, unlike someone who nearly flunked out last semester. The narcissist baits their friend by attacking under the guise of casual banter, aiming to provoke an emotional reaction that provides narcissistic supply. This allows the narcissist to play victim in any ensuing drama. Now let's explore ways narcissists use flying monkeys to enable their abuse while evading culpability.
What are flying monkeys? Narcissists, red flag signs, and examples of flying monkeys.
The term flying monkeys refers to individuals a narcissist recruits and exploits to enable their abusive behaviors. Narcissists use flying monkeys to deliver their abuse by proxy, often spreading cruel smear campaigns or harassment. In this scenario, we see how a narcissist exploits a flying monkey.
She's crazy and obsessed with me. Tell her I want no contact.
Hey, Sarah. Tom said to leave him alone, and he never wants to see you again. You need to move on.
The narcissist exploits the flying monkey to deliver abusive messages, enabling the narcissist to escape accountability and preserve their flawless false image. Now let's explore ways narcissists manufacture trauma bonds to hook targets.
What is trauma bonding? Narcissists, red flag signs, and examples of trauma bonding.
The term trauma bonding refers to the strong emotional attachment that forms between a narcissist and their target through intermittent abuse and affection. Narcissists orchestrate this push-pull dynamic, creating an addictive attachment. In this scenario, we see trauma bonding in action between a narcissistic boyfriend and his.
I'm so tired of the constant criticism. I have to walk on eggshells.
You're right, I was too harsh because I'm scared to lose you. I'll be better, I promise. Please don't leave me.
The boyfriend fluctuates between abuse and affection, manufacturing a trauma bond for his girlfriend. The attachment formed hooks like an addiction, compelling her to stay through intermittent reinforcement. Now let's explore an example of how narcissists breadcrumb to string along targets.
What is breadcrumbing? Narcissists, red flag signs, and examples of breadcrumbing.
The term breadcrumbing refers to when a narcissist leaves small traces of affection to string along a target without commitment. Narcissists breadcrumb through random texts, compliments, or likes, aiming to keep targets emotionally invested. In this scenario, we see a narcissist breadcrumbing their ex.
Hey, I saw this funny meme today and thought of you.
Oh, thanks. So have you thought more about getting back together?
Still figuring things out, but I do miss you.
The narcissist breadcrumbs just enough affection to string the ex along without actual commitment. This provides ongoing attention and narcissistic supply from the ex. Now let's explore the stages narcissists go through when devaluing and discarding former targets.
When narcissists devalue and discard narcissists, red flag signs and examples of devaluation and discard.
The terms devalue and discard refer to the abrupt shift in behavior when a narcissist no longer finds a target adequately satisfying for their needs. The narcissist employs insults, emotional withdrawal, and criticism to devalue the target as unworthy before fully discarding them. In this scenario, we see a narcissist devalue and discard her romantic partner.
I made dinner plans for your birthday next week.
Don't bother. This relationship is going nowhere. You're so needy and annoying. We're done.
Once the boyfriend is no longer satisfying the narcissist's needs, she abruptly shifts to devaluation through insults and criticism. Soon after, she discards him for a new source of supply. Now let's explore other examples of how narcissists triangulate love triangle scenarios.
What is triangulation? Narcissists, red flag signs, and examples of triangulation.
The term triangulation refers to when a narcissist manufactures love triangle scenarios to fuel jealousy and competition for their attention. Narcissists triangulate through flirtation, emotional unavailability, or promoting rivalry. In this scenario, a narcissistic husband triangulates his wife and his ex.
I saw you texting Liz again late last night. I thought you said you were no contact.
You're paranoid. Liz is just a friend. Stop being so jealous. Maybe if you were less insecure, I wouldn't have to hide innocent friendships from you.
The husband triangulates to create jealousy and insecurity in his wife. This provides narcissistic supply while allowing him to pursue the ex-partner. He blames his wife as emotionally unstable to disguise his shady behavior. Now let's explore other examples of how narcissists use relationships as sources of supply.
What is narcissistic supply? Narcissists, red flag signs, and examples of narcissistic supply.
The term narcissistic supply refers to the attention, validation, praise, and reactions a narcissist seeks from others to fuel their ego and sense of superiority. Narcissists excessively pursue supply through relationships, status, beauty, or other sources of external validation. In this scenario, a narcissistic boyfriend treats his girlfriend as supply.
I'm exhausted from consoling you all day. Can we talk about my problems now?
But no one understands me like you do. I need you to really listen right now.
The boyfriend engages in an imbalanced relationship, using his girlfriend solely as a source of attention and emotional support for his own problems, rather than reciprocating. This one-sided dynamic provides narcissistic supply. Now let's explore other examples of the ghosting tactics narcissists use.
What is narcissistic ghosting? Narcissists, red flag signs, and examples of narcissistic ghosting.
The term narcissistic ghosting refers to when a narcissist abruptly ends a relationship by cutting off all communication and disappearing. Narcissists ghost when they find relationships no longer adequately satisfying their needs. In this scenario, a narcissist ghosts her boyfriend without explanation.
You haven't responded to my texts in a week. Is everything okay? I'm worried about you.
Girlfriend, no response. The girlfriend narcissistically ghosts the relationship once her boyfriend is no longer satisfying as a source of attention and validation. Rather than communicating, she vanishes to more efficiently secure new supply sources. Now let's explore other examples of how the unaware can enable narcissistic behaviors.
Everything you need to know about enabling narcissist red flag signs, and examples of enabling.
The term enabling refers to when the behaviors of others allow a narcissist to continue abusive patterns without consequences. Enabling reinforces narcissistic entitlement and power. Here, a wife enables her narcissistic husband.
I spent our whole savings gambling again, but it's your fault for nagging me so much lately.
You're right, honey. I'm so sorry. I know you've been stressed at work. How can I help?
The wife enables by accepting blame and catering to the husband after he faces consequences. This allows his irresponsible behavior to continue without requiring any accountability or change. Now let's explore more examples of narcissistic injuries and how narcissists typically react.
What is a narcissistic injury? Narcissists, red flag signs, and examples of narcissistic injury.
A narcissistic injury refers to a blow to a narcissist's ego through rejection, criticism, or failure. Narcissists perceive these threats to their grandiose self-image as extremely devastating. In this example, a narcissist faces injury after being passed up for a promotion. Boss?
I went with Lily for the executive director role. You'll have to wait until next quarter.
Narcissist.
How could you choose her over me? Do you have any idea how humiliating this is? I won't forget it.
The narcissist experiences the rejection as a profound narcissistic injury. He lashes out with wounded pride and threats, exposing his fragile ego. I hope shining light on these emotional vampires' sneaky tactics has helped validate your experiences and make you feel less alone. Please share your own triangulation war stories in the comments to support fellow survivors. And if you could relate to the narcissistic manipulation approaches illustrated in this video, don't forget to watch part 2 for even more examples. The link is in the description below. Narcissistic Abuse Tactics Part 2. If you still struggle with implementing no contact, even after experiencing the narcissist's ugly puppetry, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm here for you. By bringing narcissistic abuse out of the shadows, we can empower each other with understanding. Your support through donations, likes, and subscribes allows me to keep producing resources to spread awareness and give you a voice. Don't forget to press thanks if these videos have eased your isolation and pain in any way. Your generosity and engagement enables me to continue being here to hold space for your healing. Together, we can help victims of narcissists reclaim their wings after having them clipped for too long. I believe in the resilience of this community,